We all know what this is gonna be. You came to build the test, you met the best, expected chess, but got monopoly. I came and bought you out, I knocked you out, I cropped you out with no apologies. I am the hope, the heart, the faith, the spark, the one who will fulfill the prophecy. I just been counting, never lounging, climbing up mountains, bouncing back. Step in the ring, about to step back. They'll learn hot when I get on the track. I like it louder than most. Watching all these shit just buy down to the goat. If I can't decide, I'ma probably get both. We can celebrate, but right now I'm a toast. Resurrected ghost. Buckle up. Boy, if you bad it, then double up. Remember your team and you hustle up. Don't make a move till you huddle up. Coming up is up. Looking for trouble, then knuckle up. I see through all of your cover-ups. You think that you gonna set me up? Good luck. Break it down. Who at the top, I'ma bring him down. I will not stop till you laying down. Till I'm at the top and I'm gazing down. It ain't been the same since we came around. Since we became keys and became renowned. Since all of the truth started raining down. If you want that belt, better buckle down. Woo.
Happy Big Orange Friday, everybody. Welcome into First Pitch Friday, presented by UT Knoxville alumni and Tennessee Athletics. Thanks for joining us for our virtual pep rally as we get ready to beat the Gators this weekend. I'm Brian Rice, UT alumnus and local radio personality here in Knoxville. This event would not be possible without our partners and sponsors, including Coca-Cola, Farm Bureau, First Horizon, Food City, Graduate Knoxville, Graphic Creations, One Riverwalk, Pilot Company, Threads, and UT Medical Center. Now let's get started on today's show. We'll have Chancellor Donde Plowman who will join us in just a moment. I'll have an interview with Vol for Life Dalton Saberhagen. We'll get the keys to the game, interview with head coach Tony Vitello. Also, be sure to stick with us until the end of today's show when we announce the lucky Vol fan of the week that will receive 2 tickets to this Sunday's game, the series finale against the Gators. Right now, though, we bring in the Chancellor of the University of Tennessee, Chancellor Donde Plowman. Chancellor, good afternoon. Happy Big Orange Friday. I know a great, exciting time as spring has sprung around the Tennessee campus. Spring
has sprung. You see students everywhere. Not as many as we'll see in the fall because we announced this past week we're coming back full capacity classroom instruction in the fall. It's going to feel a lot much more like it did before pandemic. We also announced staff are coming back June 1. So we're excited. You go all over campus, you see every hammock stand that we put up during COVID. Those will be things that stay here afterwards. Every hammock stand has got a hammock in it. Students in there studying, hanging out, taking naps. It's awesome. And, you know, baseball season, I think, also just sort of gets us all revved up. Baseball, softball, all these outdoor sports. We're all excited to be out in the good weather. But let me just tell you a couple things, non-sports related, then I want to brag about sports. This morning on campus, we had an important threshold we passed. We have a public vaccination clinic over in the Student Union. We gave out the 10,000th dose of the vaccine. And I just learned a little bit ago that dose went to, we didn't know who it would go to. We knew we were getting close. It went to a student. And that's just so fantastic. You know, I've been talking to students on campus. Student was in my office yesterday, and she's telling me she's getting vaccinated today here on campus. She's getting the Johnson & Johnson. That's a great vaccine because that's what we're giving out at our clinics. It's one shot. And I asked her, do most students you know, have they gotten the vaccine? She said, almost everybody I know has gotten it. So everybody keep working on that. That's the key to getting back to normal or getting to a new, better normal. Another thing that happened this week that was exciting, my first time, I've been here almost 2 years now, first time to host the Chancellor's Awards Banquet. Think about it. This time last year when we would have been hosting it, we were deep into the beginning stages of COVID. And we gave out all those important awards like the Torchbearer Awards, the Mace Bearer, the Outstanding Faculty Member. We gave them out virtually. So this week I got to hand out 6 Torchbearer Awards. 5 people were present to get it. The 6th who wasn't there, that's Trey Smith. And he was busy doing something else, which I think everybody knows what that is. He's in Dallas getting ready to go pro. And so we were so excited to hand out those awards. Really significant leadership by so many students and faculty and staff here. I couldn't be more excited. Now, I want to lift up one of our outstanding Lady Vols from the basketball team. I don't know if everyone's heard about this, but Renaya Davis, who I loved watching her this year, she has won the Senior Class Award, first Lady Vol to win. What is this award? It's an award that goes, she is the person selected in NCAA Division I women's basketball. our own Renaya Davis. That is, let's hear hooting and hollering for that. I'm super excited for her. She won. That means she was elected. Coaches, fans, we all voted, and so we're really proud of Renaya and proud of our women's basketball team this year. Lots of great things happening in athletics. Our new AD, Danny White, is bringing the energy every day, but there's no energy that compares to what's going on in baseball. I plan on being in a game this weekend myself. Florida this weekend, Vanderbilt next weekend. It's getting serious. We're really thrilled with our team, with Coach Vitello. I couldn't be more excited for the momentum that's growing every day in the baseball program. Same's true in our softball program. They had a big win last weekend over Kentucky, won 2 out of the 3 games. They're hosting Mississippi State this weekend. So a lot of great things happening on campus. Our student athletes, again, I've said this all year long, they've been leaders all year through COVID. They were the first to come back to campus, first to wear their mask, adhere to protocol, and I couldn't be prouder of every single one of those teams. I don't think people have any idea what they have gone through to be able to compete at the level they're competing, given the conditions they had to experience this year, and continue to do their classwork. And by the way, highest average GPA we've ever had in athletics. So this has been a good year, and I'm looking forward to an even better year next year. Thank you so much.
Chancellor, thanks for joining us. Happy Big Orange Friday. We'll see you again for our softball first pitch event next week.
Wonderful.
That is Chancellor Dondi Plowman of the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Now we take a trip back in time. The last full season Tennessee baseball finished was 2019, and in that season, they went down to face the Florida Gators.
I mean, these were mainstays on a juggernaut team as this one is lofted deep left, and it's got a chance. It is long gone out of here. Lipsius with his 14th bomb of the year, and Tennessee strikes first. That's sprayed in the left, and that'll get down for a base hit. Run's going to score, and Tennessee has made it a one-run game, and only one out. Hit toward the hole and through. They do pitch to him, and 2 runs are going to score. What a day for Andre Lipsius. And hammers this one high and deep left center. Fabian going back, and it is gone. Solari goes yard, and Tennessee is having a memorable 5th.
Is killing your chances at the postseason.
Up the middle, base hit. Rounding third and coming home is Durkay, and he'll be there. Martinez to deep short. On the backhand, it's McConnell, and he has no play. Run scored. He got him swinging. Second out of the inning. In the air, left center. Solari has it measured, makes the catch, and Tennessee might have saved its postseason hopes today with a one-run victory, 8-7 your final.
And that was a fun weekend for the Vols down in Gainesville, looking to replicate that with another fun weekend this weekend here at Lindsey Nelson Stadium. Somebody who had some fun weekends at Lindsey Nelson Stadium over his career is VFL Dalton Saberhagen, who joins us live now. Dalton, great to see you again. How are you on this Big Orange Friday?
I'm doing great. Happy Masters Friday. Happy Florida Friday.
It's going to be a great sports weekend, start to finish. Always, before we get into the meat and potatoes about your career at Tennessee, I always ask everybody, tell everybody watching today what you're doing now, what you've used your time at Tennessee to transition into a great and very successful, from what I understand, career.
Yeah, I'm in Southern California. I actually just closed escrow on my first home. I'm actually in it right now. I moved in last week, and I work in commercial real estate. So I was a communications major, wasn't sure what I wanted to get into after baseball and after college. Kind of jumped into it, and now I'm here. But I'm really lucky with everything at Tennessee. It taught me a lot of things, and everything from the Thornton Center. And everyone that's helped out, I'm very thankful, and can't wait to get back out to Knoxville.
So you came into the University of Tennessee with a famous last name. Your dad, a longtime pitcher in the major leagues. When you were coming in, being from that baseball background, what did your family share with you about the pressure that may come along with that when you're coming to a major program like the University of Tennessee?
Just you got to work harder. It's a blessing and a curse. So, always keep that in mind. It's going to open some doors, but it's also going to bring a lot of naysayers and a lot of people that are going to doubt you and go about it that way. So I've always just kind of kept it. And, even in the work environment, it opens a lot of doors for me, but it's a fun conversation point. And just keep your head down and work. And that's kind of my MO right now at work. And what I try to do at the University of Tennessee was, you got here, but you gotta keep it going from there.
Something I know that you loved when you were here and teams still do today, but were the little community service things, interacting with young fans, interacting with fans that were there on the Sundays. What was that like as being somebody who people in this community looked up to there at the ballpark and beyond?
Yeah, I mean, I looked at it, the Power T, it's huge. It's worldwide, not just nationwide. And for me, I remember growing up in clubhouses and, Pedro Martinez, when my dad was with the Red Sox, that was probably my biggest memories that I had. I remember that. I was too young for his previous teams, but when he would take 5 minutes out of the day, or Nomar Garcia Parra, some of those guys, they would take 5 minutes to play catch with me or go to the outfield with me and shag fly balls. I will always remember that, and I'll tell my kids and my grandkids that. So for me, the closest professional team we have is in Nashville, the Titans or the Braves in Georgia. And I always thought, if I could take 5 minutes out of my day, and I'm not putting myself on that professional level, but I know how important the figures are. The Chancellor was just talking about Trey Smith. He's unbelievable in the community. I know he took those 5 minutes to make a kid's day, and they'll always remember those. And for me, I always thought, look, if I could take 5 minutes and not change someone's life, but give them a long lasting memory, it's worth every second. So it was always worth playing catch with the kid or giving them a foul ball. Or just taking the time aside to spend some time with them.
Now, I know you're locked in with following some of the guys and the way the team is playing now. Seeing how Tony Vitello has lifted the program up and seeing how some of these guys have come in and felt confident, how does that make you feel as a former player who's shared that very same field with them?
Extremely proud. They've come a long way since we left. I remember like it was yesterday when we walked off against – I think it was against Florida on senior night to make it to Hoover in the SEC tournament. And I was emotional and I was crying in the outfield because I just wanted to get to Hoover. And now, on some polls, we're number 4 in the country. So it means a lot to us. And Coach V's getting it done. I mean, his track record right now is unbelievable, and it only looks like it's going up. And the team's playing with a little bit of swagger, and we love that. All the alumni, we're talking about it. It's a constant conversation. I was actually just talking with Hunter Daniel, who was also a left-handed pitcher, and with work right now, it's hard to get out. But if we make a regional and we host a regional, I'll be in attendance for sure.
There'll be a whole slew of former
there will be a lot of us
right here. A couple of the guys that you played with at Tennessee have gone on to have sparkling major league careers. Kristen Stewart still in the show as well. How does it make you feel to watch some of those guys that you played alongside make it to that next step in their career?
It's awesome. Senzi's having a good start to the year with the Reds. The Reds are a little hot. Speaking of a little bit of swagger, they're playing with a little bit of swagger right now. Maybe a little controversial, but I think it's all fun. Stewie's one of my best friends. I talk to him weekly minimum. Him and his fiance Raven Siobhan, who played on the softball team. Very close with them. Raven's actually from Southern California, close to where I live, so we're really close. But just seeing them, the proof's in the pudding. The people that are still playing, they worked really hard, and a lot of people post about, working hard in the off season, but, they were kind of two of those people that kind of, didn't have to show it, but they came every single day to work and get stuff done. So it's really cool. And across the board, seeing SEC players, I was looking, the A's have Kai Tom, who was at Kentucky. Just a lot of guys. Kemp is also with the A's. across the board. I mean, I think every team you could look at someone in the last 5-6 years that we played with or against, and it just shows. I mean, the SEC is stacked. I think the 3 top teams right now are all out of the SEC.
I was watching Major League Baseball Network the other night, and a guy that I didn't realize was still playing is another former ball, Drew Steckenrider, is on the staff in Seattle. I remember his, and I tweeted this out, his pitching song, I believe, was selected by the team that year because he didn't pick one, and it was We Belong by Pat Benatar. And every time that song comes on the radio,
we get the little fist pump going too. Yeah. No, it was a good one. Steck's the man. I haven't spoken to Steck in a little bit, but you know, it back in the playing days, it was fun being you know, I threw 81. Maybe that's a little generous, but we're gonna give myself 81. Steck threw 97, and it looked like he was trying to throw 40 miles an hour. And then I was in between him and Nick Blunt, and they both threw, you know, mid 90s. So it was a lot of fun throw with them. But yeah, Steck, if he could avoid injuries, I always said this to anyone. He was the most talented player I probably ever played with. I mean, his first when Coach Serrano had his first year as my sophomore year, he threw a bullpen, and then he asked Steck if he hit as well, and he was a switch-hitted hitter. And took 3 batting practice swings from the right side, hit them all over the porch. And then Coach Serrano asked if he was a switch hitter. He said, yeah. And his first pitch he swung, he hit the clock off the, I don't know if the scoreboard is still there, but hit it off the clock. And Coach Serrano's like, yeah, I've seen enough. Yeah, you can hit for us.
That clock never worked anyway, so it worked
exactly,
out. Yeah. Last thing for you before we let you go, I have to ask, this is from the collection, is this the ugliest jersey you ever wore in your baseball career? The black with the orange undersleeves, you couldn't read the Tennessee on the front. Was that it?
That one's up there as one of the toughest for sure. For sure. Good number though. You got a good number right there. Right, I don't know if that was planned.
I picked it up years later at one of the concession stand sales that they had for him, and I was like, I have to have that model. And I certainly have to have it in 31.
I appreciate
Dalton, thanks so much for giving us some of your time on this first Pitch Friday. Wish you all the best out in Southern California. Hope you can make it to Knoxville soon.
Thanks so much, Brian. I appreciate catching up, and thanks for having me.
That is VFL Dalton Saberhagen joining us here on First Pitch Friday, and certainly appreciate his time. Your baseballs are set to take on the Gators this weekend at Lindsey Nelson Stadium. The rivalry series promises to be an exciting one. The Vols and Gators, a clash that promises for the dramatic. So if you can't catch the Vols in person this weekend, be sure to watch tonight on SEC Network Plus and SEC Network the rest of the weekend. For info on safety protocols and physically distanced seating, visit utsports.com. While this weekend series is officially sold out, licensed third-party retailer Vivid Seats has select tickets remaining. You can visit allvols.com and vividseats.com for all your Tennessee ticket needs. For this matchup against the Gators this weekend, we have a few keys to the game for the baseballs to be successful. Let's start off key number 1, and that is strike first. So often in college baseball, particularly in SEC baseball, what you do in the early innings can have a big impact on the rest of the game. Look no further than last night in Georgia's upset of Vanderbilt. The Bulldogs struck first against Kumar Rocker and got him out. Tennessee will look to do that next weekend against Vanderbilt. But if you can strike first, particularly on an SEC Friday night, that is a big step forward. Number 2, work the walks. Tennessee last weekend at Alabama was able to put the runs on the board that they did because of the number of walks they drew. They were patient at the plate, took advantage of what pitchers gave them, and it set up power hitters with runners on to play a little station-to-station baseball and increase the lead in taking 2 out of 3 down in Tuscaloosa. And finally, stay with the swag. You heard Dalton Saberhagen mention it a moment ago. This Tennessee baseball team relies a lot on confidence and a little bit of swagger. Starts at the top with Tony Vitello, as you'll see here in a few moments when we chat with him. But get that swag, keep it going, and know that no matter where you are through the game, you have the confidence to get in there, score some runs, take the lead. Let's review our keys to the game. Strike first, work the walks, and stay with the swag. Those are keys to Tennessee this weekend against the Gators. First-year head coach Josh Heupel takes the field in Neyland Stadium for the first time on April 24th for the Orange and White game presented by Chevrolet. The annual spring game begins at 4 o'clock and will be open to the public. Parking on campus will be free. Social distancing guidelines will be followed, and masks are required in Neyland Stadium unless seated. Visit utsports.com for more information. And football season, well, it's right around the corner, Ball Nation. Don't miss out on the excitement this fall in Neyland Stadium. Season tickets featuring 8 home games, including SEC foes Ole Miss, Georgia, and South Carolina, start at just $300. Visit allvols.com for more information. Now let's give a big orange welcome to the head coach of the baseball Vols, Tony Vitello.
Hey, Vol fans, this is Tony Vitello. I'm as excited as you are about first pitch for this weekend series against University of Florida. We certainly appreciate all the support and help for fueling the excitement towards this series. It's going to be a good one. Our guys have put themselves in a good position so far this year record-wise, and we're welcoming the preseason #1 team in the Florida Gators, who are always at the top of the heap in SEC play. They'll bring a bunch of talent into our park, several pitchers that have turned down 6 figures. Some of them have even turned down 7 figures to attend college and compete in our conference, and we'll see what our guys can do against them. So far, the season has been a successful one for us. Our guys have done a good job with COVID protocols. Of course, Dr. Klink, who's on staff here at University of Tennessee, and our trainer, Jeff Wood, affectionately known as Woody, to our guys have been tremendous in keeping our guys on the field and keeping our season rolling. And in those games we've played so far, we're 25-5, so we're just a little bit past the halfway point, but we're certainly reaching the pinnacle part of the SEC gauntlet that we'll have to play through. And again, it starts with Florida. We appreciate any and all support we've gotten from you all and also other fans coming out to the park. Limited seating has been a challenge, but new athletic director Danny White is not only hoping to excel in all areas of the athletic department, but he's really pushed the envelope as far as attendance at our stadium, looking at ways to improve our stadium overall, and just helping Tennessee baseball be a winning product year in and year out for Vol fans. So that's been exciting, and the fans that have come out to the park have done an excellent job. Seating continues to increase, so hopefully we'll have a full park by the end of the year. But if you can't come out to the park, we hope you can tune in and watch, follow us via UT Sports or watch on the ESPN app. I'd also like to point out how proud we are of our recruiting thus far. Since the shutdown started, we've had to adapt to the rules and the new environment we're in, but things have gone in an outstanding fashion. We've been able to accumulate really a bevy of top 25 recruiting classes. We recruit these guys so young. The key class, of course, that's in the media and that we're focused on is the one that we've signed. It's incredibly crucial for us to do well against the Major League Draft this upcoming summer. That's what the best programs in our conference do. Like Florida, as I mentioned, a lot of these top players for their program had a chance to sign for hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions, literally, and yet choose to go to school and play at the university they selected and in our conference. So here at Tennessee, we're hoping we can ramp up the talent in a legitimate fashion by keeping those recruits home here in Knoxville and then turning them into big leaguers so you can watch them on TV. And speaking of television, we hope you follow us on TV this weekend. The tickets are sold out to this weekend series against Florida. For those that have tickets and cannot come to the park, it would be great if you take advantage of the things that our administration has set up to email those tickets out for others to use. But otherwise, you can follow our games via UT Sports or, again, watch them on TV. And hopefully we have full capacity before the year's out, or at least an increased capacity, so we can see each and every Vol fan at the park. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach Vitello. Good luck tonight and all weekend long against the Florida Gators. What's it like to be behind the scenes at a Tennessee practice? Well, as they prepared a few weeks ago for the season, Chad Dallas took us inside a Tennessee baseball scrimmage.
I haven't thrown in a couple days. I don't really know how to commentate getting loose, but do some of these, some backwards of these, anything that can get this arm going. Can we talk about some walk-ups now that I am on the mic? there's just a couple that don't need to carry over to the spring. Mine might be one of them, but I'm just trying it out. Mine is Fat Bottom Girls. Got a thermal undersleeve on. Not the best idea that I've ever had. Good pitch. I know. You're gonna have to cut, I think, a good amount of this. Yes. Should have thought cutter. I was gonna throw curveball, but I was like, dude, he's definitely thinking it. Yeah. Have some fun, huh?
Yeah. How about
Let's go, baby. Feel bad not giving the fans words of wisdom on mound. Feel really weird talking out there. It's a lonely place out there, so. Good. That sprint to third was tough. Yeah, it was. Straight back on the eyes. Ah, clear as day. Clear as day. Clear as day. 2, 3. Come on, Jerry. Come on, jeez. Ah, a little high. Ah, and I'm an athlete. Leaves are changing. Winds are breezing. Suns are shining. Come on, come on. Jump on them. See you, roommate. Bye-bye, roommate.
Pitchers are a different breed. All right, let's hear next. And we welcome in Associate Vice Chancellor for Alumni Affairs, Dwayne Wiles. Dwayne, thanks so much for joining us on this Big Orange Friday. We're both in our orange. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. And let me tell you, it's nothing like getting a little catch of behind the scenes action. Awesome
Absolutely.
stuff. Awesome stuff. Well, Brian, I don't know about you, but I'm certainly ready to cheer on the Vols tonight. And I know many of you out there listening are too. Let me take a few minutes quickly to share with you how you can be proud, be involved, and be invested in our office. Be proud by wearing your orange, especially on Big Orange Friday. Be involved by tuning in to our virtual events. You can view a full schedule of events at alumni.utk.edu/events. And lastly, be invested in our students. You are making an impact in the lives of our students every day. Please help us continue by giving at least one gift, any size, every year. You can make a donation right now by visiting giving.utk.edu. Hey, Brian, it's always a pleasure seeing you, my friend. Enjoy the rest of your day. And go Vols, go Vols, and go Vols.
Go Vols. We'll wear a little orange, even though it's Green Jacket weekend. We'll have a lot of fun. Be able to do a little of both with Tennessee baseball on the television on Sunday as well. Dwayne, thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you again soon. Before we end today, a big congratulations to Brenda Beatty. She is our Vol Fan of the Week. Brenda, you've won 2 tickets to Sunday's game against the Gators. We'll email and get in contact with you very soon with more information. Don't forget to tune into the action all weekend long as your 4th-ranked Vols take on Florida at Lindsey Nelson Stadium. First pitch tonight at 6:30 on SEC Network Plus online, followed by Saturday at 7, Sunday at 1 on the SEC Network. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to joining you again next Friday as we'll have our softball First Pitch Friday. Until then, go Vols.